Hello, Magic Makers! Karolina here with another new moon reading. Today is the 11th of September and I am a little bit late with this, which I'm sorry for because we were away for the weekend and I forgot to take my cards with me. So yeah, my bad. Next time I'll be more organized, I guess. So, which actually goes really nice with today's reading, as you will see in a second, organization, priorities, and stuff like that. So, as usual, we will have a look at what's good to let go of this lunar cycle, what's good to let in, on the other hand, or open yourself up to. And this is the guidance card, which will tell us how we can do these two things on a practical level. So, let's have a look at the first one, which is the letting go card. And here we have the Eight of Pentacles, which came out upside down. And normally this card is all about patience and hard work and working towards a goal steadily. As you can see, the spider, he is making the spider web, which is quite complicated. So he has to put every single fiber together to create this beautiful thing that's very complex and sophisticated. But we have this card upside down, so in the shadow aspect here and on a negative position because it's a letting go of card. And I think that what it's trying to tell us, or what's the message for this month, is that sometimes we don't actually feel like we are working towards something. We feel like we are oh my god, what's the word? Oh, we feel like we are trapped in the middle of the spider web, just like the spider over here, because there's simply just way too many chores and tasks and things on our to-do list. So instead of feeling motivated and, effective and active in our lives, we actually feel demotivated, stuck, and kind of resigned because we have no idea what to start with. What is the priority and the number one thing we should do? So in the end of the day, we decide to do nothing because we experience a paralysis, really. There's so much to do, so many choices, so many possibilities. We also have FOMO, fear of missing out, that if we go for one thing, we will lose or somehow, miss on all the other opportunities. So we rather do nothing and we feel stuck in the middle. Right? And these are also pentacles, so that's an earth sign. So this card is a lot about physical things, rewards, money, things that are physically manifested in our life and we can physically touch them. Okay, so oftentimes, not oftentimes, these cards or the pentacles are basically the product of our thoughts and our emotions on a physical level. This is what happens when everything that's going on in our head and our heart finally manifests. So this card is really in this position, in this meaning, is about confusion for me and about the inability to move anywhere and being stuck. So that's what we need to be careful about and mindful of this month, so that it doesn't happen to us, because it's time to let go of this, okay? Now, what to let in, on the other hand, here we have the Chariot from the Major Arcana, which means that it's a very strong archetypal symbol that goes beyond our everyday experiences. Meaning, if you get this lesson this month, it's very likely that it will give you a lot of gifts and strength that goes beyond this lunar cycle, and it will enrich your life as a whole, even for the future. Now, this card is pretty much the opposite of what we saw here, because it's about being driven, being ambitious, having a direction that you're heading towards. It's about realizing that you are the rider on the back of the horse and you are in charge of your life. You can take turns, you can decide where you want to stop, when you want to go faster, which turn you want to take. And that's really what we should realize and let in this month. This empowerment that enables us to really gain focus and direction in our life, and really to just go for anything that we feel like in that very moment, rather than being stuck and hesitant and scared all the time that if we go for this option, then we lose all the other possibilities, all the other doors will close for us. This card is telling you, just finally do something. it doesn't really matter what it is, because the truth is there is no such thing as mistakes or a wrong path or a wrong direction. If you go somewhere and then you realize that this is not what you wanted, this doesn't feel right for you, well then again, you are the rider, you are the person in charge. You can decide to stop and to go back, or you don't have to go back at all. You can take a turn, and you can pretty much imagine that you're on crossroads and you have another possibility to make another, maybe better decision. And again, it's up to you when you decide that you want to take a turn or you want to stall or whatever you want to do, really. So this card is very courageous and full of direction and ambition, and it's basically telling you, go for it, and it doesn't matter what it really is, just move. Now, on the practical level, that's what the guidance card is about. We got this spirit cat that's called Focus. I'll show you the description so that you can have a look yourself. But basically, essentially, this card is speaking about multitasking. Hello. And that's like a prevalent phenomena in our lives today, when we not only have our lives filled with chores and things to do on our to-do list, we also expect ourselves to actually really truly do everything that we, have set up for ourselves. When the truth is, it's not possible. You are just one single human being, and there is so much energy and so much time you have in a day that you can use for all these activities and things. And the only result of having way too many ideas, way too many projects, way too many things on your bucket list is the paralysis, is the indecision and the fear that I have no idea what to start with, so I'd rather do nothing, okay? And procrastination, right? So this card again goes back to this one and tell us, just focus. Just try to maybe sit down with a piece of paper, write all the things that you feel like you should be doing or you have to be doing on a piece of paper, and go through them one by one and try to eliminate everything that's not urgent, that's not your priority, that's actually just something that you don't even know how it got on your to-do list when you think about it honestly. And simplify your life as much as you can. Also, try or give yourself an exercise that you will focus on one thing at a time. Research shows, for example, that when we're multitasking, we're actually lowering our momentarily IQ as we are fragmenting our focus and attention into so many things, so that we can't fully focus on one. So that's super interesting. So this card is telling you, try to focus on one thing, try to be more mindful in everything you do, and you will see how that makes you feel. If you're actually becoming more efficient, more active, more proactive, and then maybe even happier. So to summarize everything, what to let go of this month is analysis paralysis, stuckness, which is a result of having way too many projects, ideas, and things to do, so that you feel like, you're gonna miss on something if you go into one or the other direction. On the other hand, what we should let in this month is the courage to actually start moving into some direction. And it doesn't really matter which direction it will be, because it's all about realizing that you are the one who's in charge, and you can always change your direction and decision at any point, at any time. And the guidance card is Focus, which is basically repeating what we have already said, but on a practical level. How can you focus on a practical level? So sitting down with a piece of paper, writing down your priorities, setting a timer, for example, for some time when you want to do something mindfully, just one single thing, and then observe how you feel, maybe even journal about it, or whatever feels good for you. So as always, I hope it made sense. Let me know in the comments if it resonates. Now, if you would like to learn how to read cards for yourself and do this maybe even every single day, or for any decision that you are facing, any challenge or dilemma, but you have no idea where to start with cards because it all seems a bit too complicated, check out my Tarot Playground equals for beginners, because that's where you will learn how to connect to your intuition so that you can do this to yourself. And trust me, you don't need any superpowers. I don't have any superpowers. All I do is just I let myself to be guided by the pictures and what comes up in that very moment. So yeah, I hope you have a great month, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.